Hello everyone. Welcome to today's session. So today is the last session of third chapter we're discussing. So static methods and functional interfaces. This is a concept we're going to discuss today. So this is also related to interface concept. See, interface concept is something which is very difficult and most required to understand concept, because Java works with interfaces and packages. So these two are very, very important concepts in entire Java programming. Okay, so we've been discussing about interfaces. So next chapter we'll discuss about packages. That is also very important concept, but comparatively it is very not so easier, but easier than this interfaces concept. Okay, so from the beginning, interface concept we have discussed so many points like declaration of interface, then how to use the interface. Okay, multiple interfaces concept, which is an indirect method for implementing multiple inheritance. Right, so I keep on telling you the same thing in so many classes that multiple inheritance in Java can be indirectly applied or indirectly implemented with the help of multiple interfaces concept. Okay, so that we have learned. Then we move on to nested interfaces. Okay, an interface which is defined inside another interface. Then how to access those kind of interfaces we have seen with an example. Then we moved on to inheritance of interfaces. That means like we apply inheritance concept with classes, the same inheritance concept can be applied with the interfaces. So that we have learned inheritance of interfaces. Then we have dealt with default methods. Okay, default methods in interface. Like in general, interface contains what? Interface contains an abstract methods. That means a method which does not have any body. Whereas default method, it is a method with which we can have a body also. Like interface, in the interface itself, we can define the body of the method also. Right. So that is one of the kind of concept called as default methods in interface. Then we have moved on to static methods. Okay, static methods, how to use the static methods in interface, that we have discussed in last class. Right. So these are the different things about interfaces. I'll do one thing. I'll just explain you about static methods once again. Okay, so static method again, I'll try to once again explain, and then we try to learn about the last concept of interface, which is called as a functional interface. Right. So coming to the static methods, so as you can see the definition, the interface can have static methods as well, which is similar to static methods of classes. Like what is the basic idea behind the static methods is, when we write a static method, no need to create an object for any class and call that method, static methods, with the help of object. Okay, we cannot do, we should, that means there is not required. All the static methods can be directly called anywhere in the program, because static itself, when we write a static keyword in front of any method, while the execution itself, automatically the space will be allocated for that method. Okay, memory organization. In memory organization, some memory will be created for that method directly. Okay, like it's a main program. So that's why we are also writing static keyword in the main program itself, public static void main. Okay, so main is a method which is a static method. That means before the execution itself, it will be allocated some space in the memory, right? So that's why static method can be called without the help of a object. Okay, directly we can call. The point is, what if the static method in the interface? When we have a static method in the interface, what should we do? Here also, without the object, we can call this. Yes, of course, we can call without the object, creating an object, we can call, but I am saying that it is an interface, the static method which is in interface. Okay, so whenever the static method present inside the interface, that can be called with the name of the interface, along with the name of the interface. That means you can see a small example here. There is an interface, test interface. Okay, so this is the interface. Then we have a method called square, which is an abstract method which belongs to this interface. Okay, and we have a static method. The name of the method is show. This is a static method. Okay, so static method can have the definition. Like default methods, static methods can also have definition inside the interface. Okay, so generally interface does not contain any abstract method. Interface contains only the abstract methods. Those methods whose body is not present inside the interface. But from Java version 8, okay, from the Java version 8, it is evident that it has been introduced that static methods and the methods with the definition can also be allowed to write inside the interface. Okay, observe a point. From Java version 8, the developers have created a provision to write methods with the definition inside the interface. Okay, definition kuda akkade rase vidhanga oka provision anedi create chesaru. Okay, that is how with that Java version 8 nunchi manaki interface lo we are writing the methods with the definition and methods without definition also. So both we are implementing. Okay, so with that point, with that regard, we have this method show, which is a static method and whose definition is also written inside the interface, right? Inside the interface, the definition is also present. This one. Next, coming to this class. Okay, so we are writing a test class which implements test interface. Okay, so whenever it is implementing this interface, test interface, we have an undefined method called square. That method should be defined here. Okay, so we should write a definition for that method, system.out.println. So square method square, what will do? It will if you give a parameter to this, if we give a parameter to this method, it will print the square of that parameter, a into a. Okay, then we have static main method. Then we are creating an object for this class, test class, and then with the help of this object, we are calling this method d.square of 4. So it will give 4 into 4, 16 is the answer. Then this is something called static method. So static method enti ikkada show. Ee show ane method ekkadundi test interface lo ikkadundi. Okay, దీన్ని మనం ఎలా కాల్ చేస్తున్నాం ఇక్కడ? We are directly calling this without the help of a class object. క్లాస్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ తో పని లేకుండా డైరెక్ట్ గా మనం కాల్ చేస్తాం. ఓకేనా? సో మనం డైరెక్ట్ గా కాల్ చేయడం అంటే షో అంటే రాదా? సో వాట్ ఇఫ్ వి గివ్ లైక్ షో హియర్? నో, అలా రాదు డైరెక్ట్ గా. ఎందుకంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్రెడీ దేర్ ఇన్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్. ఇంటర్ఫేస్ లో ఉంది కాబట్టి వీ నీడ్ టు కాల్ విత్ ద ఇంటర్ఫేస్ నేమ్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఇంటర్ఫేస్ నేమ్? టెస్ట్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్. So the name of the interface is test interface. Okay, so that's why we need to call this with the test interface, name of that interface, followed by dot, and then followed by show method. Okay, right? So that is the purpose of writing the show method. Purpose of static method here. Okay, so ఈ విధంగా మనం స్టాటిక్ మెథడ్ ని కాల్ చేయొచ్చు. Right. Now, so let me execute this. So let me execute, and I'll do some modifications to that. Then I'll show how it works generally. So yesterday we have did the same thing here, but I am getting some errors. So today we'll try to do it again. So in the previous class itself, I have tried to explain this, but what happens is we are getting some errors here. So we are unable to recognize what are those errors, and so today we'll try to do that. I'll remove all these spaces. I think the spaces and whatever the indentation we have provided, so that is the reason why we are unable to get, I think. Okay, but I'm not sure about that, but I'm thinking in that way. That might be the problem. So just remove all these spaces and try to execute this program. Okay, so we'll save this with test class 5, something called test class 5. Just I'm changing the name of the class, that's it. I'm not doing any major modifications. Just I'm trying to change the name of the class. So we'll try to save with the same name, test class 5 dot java. Okay, so now we'll try to execute. Let me check. Here, so the static method, which I'm getting 16 as an answer because I'm passing the parameter 4 here, then the static method is executed and the body of the static method is executed. So here the static method is called with the help of this reference variable, with the help of this name of the interface. Okay, test interface dot show. So with the help of this test interface, what is the test interface here? Name of the interface where show method has been defined. So show method has been defined inside the interface called test interface. So this is called. I am doing one small modification here. That is, I am removing this static method inside the interface, and I am trying to write this static method at the class. Okay. I am removing the static method show inside the interface and I am pasting that in a class. Okay, now how can we call? Since it is a static method, I can call directly, show and directly call cheyochu without using the object. Object create cheyakunda direct ga ee show method ni call cheyochu. Okay, execute avutundi. That is what I am trying to explain you. So once again, I'll compile the same program. Let me check whether I'm getting any errors or not. Okay, no problem. We don't have any errors. Now I'll try to execute the same result. The previous example, previous result vachindho, same result I'll get. Sorry, it is test class. See here. Okay, so 16 and static method executed. So what I'm trying to show here is the static method. When you write this static method inside the interface, you need to call this static method with this reference interface name to part call cheyali danni. Okay, test interface dot show and call cheyali because it is present inside the interface. But whereas if the same static method present inside the class, then without creating an object for this class, we can directly call this method show because it is a static method. Okay, so that's what the modification I am trying to do here. So I'll keep this in the interface itself because we've been discussing about static method inside the interface, not in the class, because already class low static method raste emotundane we already seen some examples before, right? So this is the test.interface and okay. Right, I hope you understood this concept, static methods, which is present inside the interface. Now, the last thing we need to go with is functional interface. Okay, functional interface. What is the functional interface? So generally, we know about the interface concept. What is an interface? Interface is a collection of different constant variables and abstract methods. Okay, generally the definition of interface is it is a collection of different classes and abstract methods. Okay, but what is a functional interface is a functional interface is that which contains only one abstract method. Functional interface ante dan lopala enni methods untayi, ఒకే ఒక method ఉంటుంది. Okay, which is an abstract method, right? So as the name itself tells you that functional interface, it will perform only one function. It will not perform 2-3 functions. Okay, rendu moodu functions ni adi perform cheyadu. It will perform only one function. So that's why it is a name called functional interface. Okay, so this also been introduced from Java 8. Okay, example for the functional interface is runnable, action listener, comparable are some of the examples of the functional interface which are used while designing the application. Okay, these are very new things. Runnable, action listener. Okay, all these are all different concepts present in Java to design an application, a standalone application. Okay, so at that time we use this interface, runnable, action listener. Runnable is actually, it is a concept related to threads. Okay, so threads concept ni threads concept lo runnable interface vastundi anamata. It is generally the used in threads concept. Okay, there is a concept called multi-threading in Java. So at that time we use this concept called threading. Okay, runnable interface ane concept akkada use chestam. So what I'm telling you is functional interface. What is the functional interface? An interface which contains only one abstract method. That means it will perform only one functionality. Rather than it is performing 2-3 functionalities, it will perform only one functionalities. Below there is a point called a functional interface can have any number of default methods. Already we learned about default concepts, default methods in interface. So like that, default methods ennaina undochu, but abstract methods matram ఒకటే ఉంటుంది ఎందులో functional interface అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ లో. So you need to observe that. Okay, next. So functional interface annotation. Annotation ante entante oka chinna expression. Generally annotation means it's a small expression is used to ensure that the functional interface can't have more than one abstract method. In case more than one abstract methods are present, the compiler flags an unexpected functional interface annotation message. Okay, so if your interface can contain more than one abstract method, ఇప్పుడు జనరల్ గా ఇందాక ఏమంటున్నాడు, ఫంక్షనల్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ అంటే ఒక అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ మెథడ్ మాత్రమే ఇంటర్ఫేస్ లో ఉండాలి అంటున్నాడు. అలాంటి ఇంటర్ఫేసెస్ ని ఏమంటారు, ఫంక్షనల్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ అంటారు అంటున్నాడు. ఇక్కడ ఏం చెప్తున్నాడంటే ఒకవేళ ఒకటి కన్నా ఎక్కువగా మనం లోపల ఇంటర్ఫేస్ లో మెథడ్స్ రాసామనుకోండి, అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ మెథడ్స్, ఒక ఎర్రర్ మెసేజ్ మనకి డిస్ప్లే అవుతుంది. ఏమనంటే అన్ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ ఫంక్షనల్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ అన్నోటేషన్ అని మనకి ఒక మెసేజ్ అనేది డిస్ప్లే అవుతుంది అన్నమాట. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ జనరలీ ఫంక్షనల్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ అన్నోటేషన్ అంటే. సో వీఆర్ నాట్ కాన్సన్ట్రేటింగ్ మచ్ ఆన్ దట్. సో వీఆర్ సింప్లీ షోయింగ్ ద ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఆఫ్ హౌ ద ఫంక్షనల్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ వర్క్స్. ఓకే, సో ఫంక్షనల్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ ఎలా వర్క్ అవుతుందనే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం చూస్తున్నాం ఇక్కడ. See, in this example, we are defining an interface called square. Okay, in that square interface, we have only one method which is called calculate. What is the name of the method? Calculate. Is it any body written in that method? No. So we can say that it is an abstract method. చెప్పచ్చుగా, ఇప్పుడు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ అనేది ఒక అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ మెథడ్. అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ మెథడ్ అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి, బాడీ ఉండదు, ఇంటర్ఫేస్ లో దాన్ని రాస్తాము, అంతే కదా. So okay, so the name of the interface is square and the name of the method, abstract method, is calculate. Okay, right, that's fine. Then we are writing another class called test where we write the main program. So public static void main int a is equal to 5. We are taking some parameter a is equal to 5. Then we are using the lambda expression to define the calculate method. Instead of writing the definition for calculate method, what we are using? We are using a lambda expression. What is this lambda expression? In Python also there is a lambda expression. Okay, when you have learned about Python also having lambda expression. Lambda expression is something like we define the total expression there, okay, with some generalized expression with some parameters. If you give a value to that, those values will be substituted inside that parameters and will give the result. Suppose you can see here, int x implies, what implies? X into x. Okay, ఒకవేళ నేను x అనే పారామీటర్ ఇస్తే దానికి ఆన్సర్ ఏం రావాలి, x into xi రావాలి. అంటే ఇప్పుడు సపోజ్ 5 ఇస్తే 5 into 5 అని చెప్పి రావాలి, 10 ఇస్తే 10 into 10 అని చెప్పి రావాలి. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ లాంబ్డా ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్. This is called lambda expression. Okay, so if I am giving some parameter, the result is square of that parameter, x into x. So this is called as the lambda expression, and this will be equating to the reference variable of the interface. దీన్ని దేనికి ఈక్వేట్ చేశాడు, reference variables of the interface. What is square here? Square is a reference variable. Square is the interface, and we are creating a reference variable for this, and we are substituting this lambda expression here. Now, when I give here int calculate of x అని ఒక వాల్యూ ఇస్తే ఆ x అనే వాల్యూకి ఆన్సర్ ఏమొస్తుంది, x into x వస్తుంది అన్నమాట. ఓకే, సో నౌ సి ఇక్కడ మనం మళ్ళీ దాన్ని ఎలా కాల్ చేయాలంటే ఒక వేరియబుల్ తీసుకోండి int ans అని. ans మీన్స్ సంథింగ్ ఆన్సర్ అని చెప్పి తీసుకున్నాడు ఇక్కడ. s dot calculate, because s is an interface and in that we have a method called calculate. So s dot calculate of a. What is a here? A is nothing but 5. So this 5 value will be substituted in x. Okay, so sorry, here it will call first. Ikkada a value substitute avutundi 5. So what is this calculate method do? It will do x into x, 5 into 5. Okay, 5 into 5 25 అని చెప్పి ఆన్సర్ మనకి ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది. సో అదంతా కూడా దేంట్లోకి వస్తుంది, ans అనే దాంట్లోకి ఆన్సర్ గా వస్తుంది. So we'll get that entire thing in a variable called ans. Now we are simply printing that ans 25. Okay, so the same thing yeah. So interface square, then I'm doing some calculate and I'm writing a lambda expression. This is called lambda expression. Sorry, this is lambda expression, and this lambda expression is equating with the reference variable of the interface. So square s. Okay, so now I am taking in another variable ans to get my output. Output anta vachi ikkada store avdaniki rasna. So s dot calculate. What is this calculate method? Nothing but this one. Okay, so instead of writing the definition for the calculate function, what we are using is lambda expression we are using here. That is what the point is. Okay, so point అర్థమైందమ్మా. మనము క్యాలిక్యులేట్ అనే మెథడ్ కి బాడీ రాయాలి. ఎక్కడ రాయాలి? క్లాస్ లో రాయాలి. ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ రైటింగ్ దట్ అక్కడ రాయకుండా మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, లాంబ్డా ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ అనే దాన్ని ఇక్కడ మనం యూజ్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం. దిస్ లాంబ్డా ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఈజ్ అవైలబుల్ ఫ్రమ్ జావా 8, from Java 8, okay, which is the latest version now we are using. Okay, I think Java 10 is also there, but we've been using about 8. So 8 is having more features than the previous versions. Okay, so we have more features like default methods is also from Java version 8. Static methods which are introduced in interface, it is also from Java version 8. Then this functional interface concept is also available in Java version 8. So especially we are using this lambda. So this lambda is also available in the Java version 8. Okay. So this is how we can call the program and execute it. Functional interface annotation. Something you have seen annotation. Annotation is if at all you are trying to write more than one, like suppose you are writing something called this one here. This will show you an error. Why, sir? Why it is showing an error? Because functional interface means what? It should contain only one abstract method. It should not contain more than one abstract method. So we are clearly violating the rule here. Okay, so I'll show you. Okay, execute chesi chudamu. So let's see what and for the previous example answer is 25. That will be displayed. Okay, I have executed here. You can check. మనం కొంచెం మోడిఫై చేసాం కదా, ఆ మోడిఫై చేసింది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేద్దాం. We have modified, we have written more than one. See here, multiple non-overriding abstract methods found in the interface square. Okay, square is not a functional interface. Clearly it is showing the message because ఫంక్షనల్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? దాంట్లో ఒక్క అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ మెథడ్ మాత్రమే ఉండాలి, ఒకటి కన్నా ఎక్కువ ఉండకూడదు. మనం ఏం చేసాము, ఒకటి కన్నా ఎక్కువ మెథడ్స్ అందులో రాసాము ఇందాక. ఓకే, యాడ్ అనే మెథడ్ అది అక్కడ క్లియర్ గా వర్క్ అవ్వదు, అందుకని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వదు. క్లియర్లీ ఇట్ ఈస్ షోయింగ్ ద మెసేజ్, ఎర్రర్ మెసేజ్. Okay, hope you understood this one. So this is how interface concept works. The more you practice, the more you understand the concept. Okay, which is very, very important thing. So try to follow these videos carefully and try to execute the programs as well. Okay, you will get the complete picture of what is an interface and everything, right? So that's it for today. Hope you guys doing well, and thank you for the patience.